But when the world needed him most, he vanished.
For the year of 2025, Plaqueboymax set out to complete this goal of streaming every single day. He calls this challenge PBM 365, PBM 2025 365, you know, something along those lines. He kind of changes the name up sometimes. But this challenge doesn't only consist of streaming every single day. Originally, he was also supposed to be posting a YouTube video every day to this channel, PBM 2025, and he was also posting something on Instagram every single day on this account, PBM 2025 365. But overall, the main part of the challenge was just to stream every day. And on June 3rd, 2025, he missed the entire day. He did not go live at all that day. And as of the time that I'm recording this video, which is about 4 days after, he has still yet to go live. So sadly, he has failed this challenge. And it's kind of weird that he didn't go live at all, because as you can see here, some days he just went live for like maybe 4 minutes, 20 minutes, and I mean that still counts towards the challenge. As you can see right here, 4-minute live, another one 17 minutes. So yeah, it's kind of weird for him to just not go live at all for these past couple of days, especially because of clips like this.
Niggas is streaming every day. I told y'all, I said I will die for this shit. The only way I don't stream every day this year, whether it's 1 minute or 24 hours, my nigga, is if I die.
Now, do I think Max is really dead? No, he's probably not dead. He was probably just over-exaggerating. There are some possibilities that I would like to point out as for why he's been gone these past couple of days. Alright, so the first reason as to why Max may be gone is just fatigue. I think streaming every single day, 365 days in a year, is a really difficult task to do for anybody. And, you know, you're bound to feel some type of fatigue at some point. If we take a look at his YouTube right here, as you can see, he was pretty consistent early on. He was uploading a video pretty much every day as he was supposed to, but then after April 12th he hasn't uploaded a single video, and that's a sign of fatigue. You know, he hasn't uploaded a YouTube video in 2 months when he's supposed to be uploading one every single day. Same with the Instagram posts, you know, he just became very inconsistent with it. As you can see, this one is on April 11th and then the following one is April 13th, so he missed a day there, but that's not too big of a gap. But let's see here, May 9th, May 14th, like it's showing signs of fatigue here, and just that he's like possibly burnt out. I also just think he has grown a lot as a streamer recently, and I feel like he's been moving too fast with it all. You know, he's been trying to juggle like this music thing, and like with music I feel like you have to portray a different image. You know, like you have to be swaggy in a way, and that kind of takes away from being your natural self. And so there may be like a personality conflict there, like, you know, like the music side of him wants to act a certain way, but then he has to do a certain thing for like his stream. You know, like for his stream he may have to be more, you know, more clip farmy in a way. And with a lot of this growth, it's like a lot of change that he has to adjust to, and with him to be streaming every single day while doing that, it's really just like a lot going on, and it makes sense that it will pile onto him and eventually lead to fatigue. And in addition to this, he was also planning something pretty much every day for stream. He would do like these in the booth episodes with these big rappers, and having to plan that, you know, planning like an AAU tournament as well, it's obvious that that could get really chaotic at a certain point. And I don't think he has too much help on those things. I think for the most part it's just like him and 2 other people really planning all this stuff, so that would just be like a really big load on him, I guess, physically and mentally. And it also just takes away from him like enjoying the fruits of his success, you know, like he's spending a lot of time working and not enough time possibly checking in on himself, and you know, all this stuff just piles on and eventually leads to fatigue, and it's probably why he's taking this sudden break. The second possibility could be something surrounding his recent album drop and like his music and stuff. The perception of his album Five Forever was pretty mixed. There's some people who liked it, but there's also a lot of people who were hating, and I mean that's just a common thing of the internet. A lot of people are gonna hate. That's just something you kind of have to deal with. But I feel like the hate he's probably been receiving has been 2x what a lot of people deal with, probably because he's both in the music scene and the streaming scene, and so he might be receiving double the hate because he's doing 2 completely different things that are in the realm of entertainment. And he's been working on this album for quite a while. I think it was originally supposed to drop sometime in 2024, maybe like late 2024, but as you can see, he just now dropped it in May of 2025. So he clearly put a lot of time into this, and for, you know, a good amount of people to like give, I guess, hating opinions on it, that could be really demotivating. As for my opinion on the album, I think it was I think it was okay. There's a couple of songs I liked. I like Casper, Pink Moscato. At first I didn't really like Yacht, but it kind of grew on me. But apart from that, I feel like you can also tell that there's a shift in like how he's making his music. I feel like he's trying to sound more like Cardi in a way. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like some of the stuff he used to make. And I feel like that may be him trying to appeal to a bunch of different people, a bunch of different audiences, instead of just being himself. Or maybe that is him being himself, and before is when he was trying to appeal to a bunch of different people. But you know, like just me giving an opinion on that, a lot of people haven't framed their opinions on the album in a way that would be like constructive rather than seen as hating. And then another possibility within this is just maybe he's deciding to take that music route and focus on music rather than like his whole streaming thing. And then so the last reason as to why he may be gone is, you know, maybe there's just some family problems going on. I do think there was a couple times where he mentioned he had some family stuff going on. And also with like his recent growth, I feel like obviously he's been getting a lot of money, and you know, there may be some people who in his family who weren't there for him before, but now all of a sudden want to show up because he has money now, you know, some type of situation like that. And then also just like his mental health, maybe he's realized that, you know, he needs to prioritize his mental health because he has had problems with receiving hate in the past, like during the Phase subathon when he was like crying and saying he was gonna like take his life and all this stuff. So I feel like for him to do this 365 thing, knowing what he's, I guess, gone through, it really was just like a bad decision in my opinion. And initially he had like this mentality of like, oh, I don't care what I'm dealing with, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I don't care about anything else. And you know, eventually he will have to care because it's all in his head, right? Like you have to listen to yourself first. You have to listen to your body, you know, mind, body, and soul. You gotta take care of yourself first. And then another possibility, so recently this guy named Twizzler, he's really good friends with Max, and recently he made a post. He posted this picture of him in the hospital, and the caption basically says like he tried to like kill himself. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty deep. And I think Max was pretty close to him, so he probably went to go visit him or something. Yeah, that may be a reason why he took this sudden break. Yeah, I hope Twizzler is good. Oh, as you can see right here, he says thank you for those who checked in. It meant a lot. So hopefully he's doing pretty good now. But yeah, all of these are just speculation, but you know, they're educated speculations based on what I've seen. But in my opinion, I really just don't like this PBM 365 thing. I feel like he's really changed the way he goes about streaming, and I think a lot of people who used to watch him can agree to this. You know, I just don't really like the shorter but more frequent streams. I would much rather have like a long stream, maybe like twice every week, as opposed to like a short 2-3 hour stream every day. There is a possibility that he lost a lot of his like core fan base because of this change in approach. Like I can say for myself, I've like stopped watching him as much because of how he's changed the way he streams. Now as for the future, you know, he did say he was gonna retire after this 365 thing, but you know, he failed. I'm not gonna lie, he failed the challenge. So I don't know what's happening next. Maybe he just might retire early or something. And by retire, I just mean that he'll end up like Bruce in terms of consistency, you know, like maybe stream once every year or something like that, because he's for sure made enough money to live the rest of his life. But I think he will return sometime within probably the next 2 weeks, and you know, he'll for sure announce why he's been gone, or maybe he might not, because there might be some family stuff that he doesn't want to bring to the internet. He might decide to focus on music, who knows. But the world is waiting, PBM.